Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 9 of the Player to Player podcast. I'm Kirk,
I'm Luke.
and today we are asking you to please, if you can, if you got a second, just scroll on down, give us a rate, give us a review wherever you're listening, especially Apple Podcasts. If you can leave a full review there, just a rating on Spotify, comment on YouTube, whatever you can. It really helps us with engagement and growing and getting placement on those respective platforms.
We'll respond to your comment, and if you have a question, we'll answer it next week.
We sure will. We're just here to engage with you. We're here for you. So if you could, just hit us up a little bit, we'll hit you back. So let's just get into the news for this week. This just came out today. PlayStation 5 is rolling out variable support for variable refresh rate on several games, mostly first-party ones. But let's go ahead and read their statement here. It says, today we're excited to announce that variable refresh rate support will start rolling out globally to PS5 players this week. On HDMI 2.1, VRR-compatible TVs and PC monitors, VRR dynamically syncs the refresh rate of the display to PS5 console's graphical output. This enhances visual performance for PS5 games by minimizing or eliminating visual artifacts such as framing, pacing issues, and screen tearing. Gameplay in many PS5 titles feels smoother as scenes render seamlessly. Graphics look crisper, and input lag is reduced. So basically, it's just making everything run smoother and look a little better. They've got Astro's Playroom, Call of Duty Vanguard, Call of Duty Black Ops, Cold War, Destiny 2, Devil May Cry.
You can play Cold War in VR?
No, VRR, variable refresh rate.
Oh, I thought this was talking about the refresh rate specifically for PSVR headsets for some reason. I don't know why I thought that.
No,
but
just PS5 refresh rate. So it'll switch between 60 hertz and 120 and all that.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, so mostly first party stuff, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank, and some other games too. And they'll be adding more as time goes on. This is cool. As an added option, you can also choose to apply variable refresh rate to PS5 games that don't support it. So this feature may improve video quality for some games if this results in any unexpected visual effects. You can turn off this option at any time. So it'll help out with games that don't normally offer this kind of support. But if it's wigging out, you can just turn it off. I'll probably leave it off for games that aren't supported.
Sure.
But for everything else, it'll just run really smooth.
Right.
So Elden Ring has been getting patched, and they're doing a really good job of continually supporting it. And recently they added something that I pointed out in my review as being really frustrating. Yeah.
Do you think they watched your review?
Oh yeah. No,
was your review the determining factor?
My uncle works at Nintendo. So I asked him to fix it. So
wait, what?
Doesn't matter.
Nintendo. What uncle?
Anyways, Elden Ring 1.0 he's my uncle. Elden Ring 1.04 adds a new tutorial pop-up, more explicitly pointing out the tutorial area that exists at the start of the game. So when you start up, you go through this area, you get killed by a boss, you fall down, and then you're presented with a path, and most people miss the tutorial entirely because it's technically optional. And there was never a pop-up or a sign or anything like that at all. So now it pauses your game, gives you a pop-up, says, if you want the tutorial, go this way.
Oh, interesting.
Which fixes a lot of issues I had with the game. Still a ton of stuff that is kind of ridiculous and frustrating.
Sure, but I mean, I feel like this is pretty significant for them.
Oh, yeah, it's huge. Yeah. Apparently, I mean, this is their best-selling game, I think, by a long shot.
Yeah, well, and it's the first Souls type game for Souls game from the Souls developer for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I've talked to a ton of people who are playing Elden Ring, and they've never they've never played another Souls game. They've never played Sekiro. They've never played anything by who's the developer?
FromSoft.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, like I think that just the when Dark Souls 3 released, it was just Souls players playing it.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of people started with Dark
Well,
Souls 3.
that's the thing though, is this, they've been bad about this historically anyway. So it's not like they just assumed they had their community and they were rolling with it. They just are bad at including tutorials and telling people how to play their games.
Sure.
Or they just don't care. Either
Right.
way, it's bad game design. But the fact that they added this is a step in the right direction. It doesn't fix a lot of the things I had issues with, but it's a step in the right direction. So that's nice, at least. Let's see, what else do we have here? Looks like Sega is bringing back a couple of really huge, beloved franchises. We've got Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi. Both of these will be getting very big budget remakes.
However, I did see this is still really early. Like, this is really really
Oh,
really
oh,
early
yeah.
in the stages,
Totally.
and they clarified that
Just been announced.
these could still be canceled.
Well, yeah, I mean,
know,
anything
like,
can be
Well,
canceled.
I know, but they specifically clarified that. They were like,
Sega did?
yeah, that's at the bottom
Well,
of this article
Bloomberg
if you
did,
want to
I
read it.
think.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah,
regardless,
for sure
it was
they
just
could be
interesting that
It's,
like in
they're,
the
they're
announcement,
in concept.
right? It was just interesting to me that in the announcement article, it was like, however, we could still cancel these. So
Well,
it's like,
I'm sure
they are
Bloomberg
big
is
budget,
managing
but,
expectations.
so
Yeah, so they've got this big super game kind of idea for these, where I'm really hoping, and it sounds like this is what is going to be the case, but it sounds like they're going to be really heavy on the NFTs and microtransactions, and that you'll be able to carry them in between games and things like that, which is unnecessary. I mean, both of these games, Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio.
Wait, have they specifically talked about NFTs?
Yeah, Sega has a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The entire gaming community has been so against it.
I know. That's why
no one wants it.
I know. Nobody wants it. Every time somebody says something about it, they get canceled like through the floor. So I don't know if they're just not paying attention or if they just don't care and they just want to make money. But it's like the most brain dead thing that you can be doing in the gaming industry right now.
I don't.
But as vocal as people are, people still buy it. People still spend money, and Twitter is representative of, I don't know, like 2% of actual gamers. So who knows? But they're gonna be these huge AAA, return to these franchises, which is, it's just weird because these were, if anything, they were AA games when they came out. They were small, well, not necessarily small. Jet Set Radio is kind of big, but small in the sense of scope. But they're really cool games. Jet Set Radio is like a crazy jet boot Tony Hawk style game, and Crazy Taxi is exactly what it sounds like.
Crazy Taxi. Yep.
You pick up people and drive them and get fares, and it gets more complicated as time goes on. So they're not, I guess what I'm trying to say is they're not being really true to the nature of these franchises.
Sure.
With this style of a return.
Maybe though, like we don't know yet.
We know it's going to be a huge budget AAA game, which is already
okay. I understand that, but we don't. I'm saying we don't know anything about them yet. Like they were just announced. That's it.
Right.
So hopefully they make some changes. They see what the fan base wants, and they move in the right direction.
Yeah, hope so. Probably not. So this is something Kotaku pointed out this week that I've been thinking about, and Luke and I talked about a couple of weeks ago, I think. But oh my goodness, there are so many Star Wars games coming out.
There are so many Star Wars games coming out.
I am here for it. So we'll just go through and list. I mean, what is this? 8 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go through and list all 8 games. And my oh my, this is a lot. So first is Star Wars Hunters. developed by Zynga, which is they're a mobile game producer. So this isn't a huge thing.
Will this be a mobile game?
It will be on mobile, yeah.
Mm.
It'll be on mobile and Switch at launch. I'm
This
not
is
sure.
a League of Legends style game, right?
No, Overwatch.
Oh, okay. I heard it was League of Legends style, and I was like, "Oh, well, I'm out." Like,
No, it's like a
don't care about it at all.
it's like a character based first person shooter where each class has, it's like Team Fortress 2, Overwatch,
Sure.
Things.
Yeah, I mean,
things like that.
I'm totally here for that. I mean, that sounds awesome.
Well,
Like,
we'll
that
see.
sounds super
We'll
fun.
see. The fact that it's going to be on mobile already makes me kind of skeptical, and because of the developer, I just know it's going to be full of microtransactions.
Sure.
But we'll see. It looks okay.
I mean, I don't know though. We'll see how involved microtransactions are with all of the Star Wars games, because I mean, they cracked down pretty hard on EA for that in Battlefront 2.
Kind of. They cracked down on it because of the way that they were doing it. They still have plenty of microtransactions.
Well, right.
They just made it impossible to progress without microtransactions in Battlefront. And that was something Star Wars was not cool with. They also did some carpet pulling and some shady stuff with that. So it was a bit more to it than just having microtransactions. Star Wars is all about making money. They just want people to be happy about it.
But yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So I feel like the microtransactions will be cosmetics, and they will be the things
yeah,
like
but
that.
in a mobile game, people don't care. Like you can charge $5, $4, $10 for all these packs and stuff. People expect that in mobile games.
Right.
The problem is when you pay $60 for a game and then it's filled with microtransactions to even progress.
Yeah, and
that's what they're taking a stance against. I guarantee this one will be full of microtransactions.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying, like, I think it might be a little different than, like, I don't think it's going to be like a pay to win game, you know?
Oh yeah, no,
that's
not,
what I'm
not
saying.
in a shooter. Okay, for sure. So that's one of the games we have coming up. Another one we have that I'm very excited about is from Respawn. So they made the Battlefront games, and they are making a new first person shooter in the Star Wars universe that is not tied to the Battlefront franchise.
Is Respawn owned by EA?
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah,
okay.
they are.
So it's I mean, so Respawn made Battlefront 1 and 2.
Yeah, they also made Fallen Order.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting.
These guys are really good. They're a solid developer. They were, I can't remember what, I want to say Battlefield is what they worked on before, and that's what got them pulled on to Battlefront. I'm not positive about that though.
That sounds right. That sounds right to me.
Yeah. So, but they're making a first-person shooter set in the Star Wars universe. That's pretty much all we know. I don't know if it'll be story-based or campaign-based. I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm hoping it's a really cool single-player first-person experience. But this might be what you were thinking of, Luke. Is the next game Respawn's working on? They're working on all kinds of Star Wars stuff right now. Is a strategy game. So this might be the League of Legends style.
No, I was specifically told Hunters was going to be
a
MOBA, which is what League is, right?
Like,
yeah, that's what. Yeah. No, I was specifically told Hunters would be a MOBA, but this won't be a MOBA. This is a strategy game, right? Is this like RTS, like what Battlegrounds?
Well, they're co-developing with BitReactor. So, and they've worked on stuff like that before, so I could see that happening. And dude, I would kill for a really solid
2
or 3. They made 2 already.
No, they made an expansion.
No, they made Battlegrounds 2.
The Clone Wars one?
Yeah,
it was
a sequel.
Oh no, you're right. Battlegrounds 3. Oh my gosh, I would lose my mind. I would play the crap out of that game.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Well, don't get too excited. We don't. It's Untitled. All we know is it's a strategy game.
Battlegrounds 2.
But dude, I would die for like a really high fidelity, like really quality, really intense, hard Star Wars strategy game. That would be everything. Because I love those games. But as soon as you skin that with Star Wars, it recontextualizes it in a way that just makes me fall in love. Like if they did, even if it was just like Clone Wars battles or like reenactments from the movies of certain, man,
Sure.
that would be so fun. And then so the third game Respawn is working on is the Fallen Order sequel. So
Right.
the way that game ended definitely left it open for more story. And that's the greatest thing about this game. No microtransactions, no paid DLC. Every update was free. It was all single player experience. It was all focused on the
That's how
story.
single player experience it should be.
I totally
You know,
agree.
like the
I
way
totally agree.
the way Insomniac did Spider-Man is the way
absolutely.
every single player game should be.
100%. 100%. So yeah, that I know you haven't played it yet, but you seriously need to get in there and play it. It's the best Star Wars game I've played in years. And it's so satisfying just to slay stormtroopers.
Totally.
And it was a good intro to like the Souls like genre for me because it's people call it a Souls light, not Souls like,
right?
Because it's like a very easy, very simple Soul style combat. But it's really fun. So I think
I know. I mean, it's for sure on the list. I'll definitely play it eventually. If you put it in Black Ops 3, I'd play it tomorrow.
You're dumb.
Funny. But this next one I am so excited for. I will buy a PS5 only for this game. I am so excited for the Knights of the Old Republic remake. I can't even tell you. Knights of the Old Republic is one of my favorite games of all time. I would put it right up there with Ocarina. Like, I love this game so much. This is a full remake. This is not a remaster. I'm so excited. I want it now. Did we get a new trailer for this?
Nope.
No. Okay. I wasn't sure because
this is at least 2 to 3 years away.
Somebody was showing a trailer for it at work. So I thought that maybe a new one dropped, which I was kind of confused about. But
nope.
I don't watch trailers anyway. So, but yeah,
I might be as excited for this as you if you hadn't spoiled the reveal for me.
Oh, whatever.
That
I
definitely
didn't spoil the reveal for you.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, no.
100%.
No. Listen,
I was gonna watch
you here. Okay, this is what happened. I did not know that Sony State of Play, whatever it was called,
even
was going
though
on at
in
the
the
time.
title it said State of Play reveal.
I didn't read that. I read Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, so did I. That was the problem.
I read Knights of the Old Republic. I clicked on it. I watched it. I shared it. That's what that's what happened.
Literally,
and he's
in
like,
the middle.
"Oh, you spoiled it for me." I didn't spoil it.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't spoil it for anyone. It was an announcement. Like that.
Okay, when they announced Breath of the Wild 2's stuff, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna make you watch it. It's the same.
And if you sent me something that said Breath of the Wild 2 announcement trailer, I would lose my freaking mind. I would be so excited. I would be stoked.
Not if you knew the Nintendo Direct had just aired 30 minutes ago and you were at work and you couldn't watch it.
Okay, you can comment below. Can you spoil an announcement like a Nintendo
Direct? That's the whole
Direct?
point of a Nintendo Direct.
I disagree. If you don't watch it live, that's your fault.
Luke, if I hadn't told you about the Nintendo Direct last year, you would have been so upset with me.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yes, you would have.
No, I wouldn't have.
Oh, so dumb.
This is so
biggest
different.
reveal in video games in 20 years, and it got spoiled for me.
Oh my gosh, it's a reveal. If you had Twitter notifications on, you would have known about it.
Yeah,
like,
I shut them off because I want to watch the event.
This is not spoiler territory whatsoever.
Yes, it is. It starts out with a black screen, Bastila saying the Sith code, and then Revan turns the lightsaber on. I would have lost my mind. Instead, I was like, "Oh, cool."
You were like, "Oh, cool!" To one of the best games of all time
100%.
being remade.
Yeah, I would have freaked out because I didn't know, and instead, I went in knowing, and the trailer was nothing. Very disappointed. Anyways,
the point is the announcement.
Anyways,
he's wrong.
I'm very excited for this. It's a ground up remake. They're remaking the systems. They're remaking the combat. They're remaking the characters and the models and everything.
Do you think it'll be the same combat style?
No.
You think it'll be totally different?
Totally different. I think the game will be 100% different.
I wonder if it'll. Well, I guess BioWare isn't involved in this at all, right?
I'm thinking a la Final Fantasy VII remake. Like it went from turn based to full on action, like and with some sort of like nods and like
I don't
elements
know.
of the old turn based combat, but
I don't think like Dragon Age Inquisition was fully turn based. Like Knights of the Republic
Inquisition?
was. Yeah,
No,
because Dragon Age 1 and 2 is. It's
not really.
Yeah, they are.
2 isn't.
2 is. They just make it look not turn-based. But it is turn-based.
I don't know if I believe you. I think it's like half turn based.
I mean, they make it
It's
look
really
that way,
dynamic.
but
Yeah. Inquisition I don't think was turn based at all. It felt like full action combat. But yeah, they're the asset remakes is what we really want. I would be fine if they just put a new Unreal Engine 5 mod on the original.
yeah. So no, Inquisition is not turn-based. It's action RPG. That can be played in a limited manner in real time with a pause effect.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we'll get out of it, and I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
I think
I don't think they'll keep the pause effect either. I think they'll just it'll be a whole new thing. It'll be totally different.
maybe, but the pause effect was like a big part of combat in 1 and 2.
Yeah, because it was turn based.
I mean,
like that was the only
yeah,
reason.
that's
is
true.
Because you needed to plan out your.
Yeah,
moves.
I don't know. I'm very curious to see.
Yeah,
how it
I know.
goes.
I
I
can't
think-
wait. Oh,
I think it'll be similar to Inquisition, where you're still
Dude,
gonna
my
have all your
hype for
force
this-
powers, right?
It might be higher than Breath of the Wild too. Like I might
Oh my
be
gosh,
more excited for this.
I'm so excited for this. But like, so I don't think it'll be like Fallen Order, in the way where you just have like different move sets or things like that. So how Inquisition works is you still have like powers set to A, X, and B. Or it's I think it's A, X, and B, and then you like. So I think it'll be like that, like your force lightning will be on B.
We
You'll
literally
push it, you use your force light.
we have a trailer, like a teaser, like a baby
Sure.
teaser,
I'm just
and some quotes.
right.
So
I mean, yeah, I know we don't know
there's
anything
no
about
way
it.
I'm
I'm just like that's what I would expect. That's what I would be really
The only thing I know
with.
about the developer is they've ported all of the Star Wars games to the Switch. That's what they've been doing lately. They're the ones that
okay.
put Force Unleashed on the
Right.
Switch, Star Wars Republic Commando, Star Wars Pod Racer, like all of those things. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, excuse me. And they've all been super faithful remakes. So maybe that will affect.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm very
I hope
very,
it's
very
I hope
excited
it's
for that.
nothing like it. The best thing about Coder is the story. Everything else, take it or leave it. So if they bring me a game that is better in literally every way with the same story and then more story,
Right.
I'm so down.
Totally.
I'm so down.
I totally agree.
I didn't expect that. I expected you to be like, "Oh no, I love all these systems and they can't change them."
No. I mean, I want it to be like RPG based. I want it to be similar to that. I want it to be
it
stat
has to
based
be
and all
RPG
that.
based.
Like
Yeah,
I want it
totally.
to. But I want more side quests. I want more dialogue. I
Yep.
want more. I want more random encounters. Like I want so much. I'm so excited.
I
for
want
it.
some original voice actors. I know it'd be so unrealistic to get everybody back, but if we get Karth and Bastila, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Or as long as they do their best to. I mean, I just don't know how I could. That it would be really rough for me if they did not sound
Yeah.
the same.
Well, they'll be similar.
That would be.
I mean,
hard for me.
Bastila in the trailer sounds like Bastila to me.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
but like if someone else is saying "down you go," I'm just like I can't. I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah. No, you will.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
absolutely will. just joking. But I'm actually. I don't know how to
is
feel
this
about
the
this
best
next
Star
one.
Wars story ever made?
Nice Old Republic.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't think it's better than
I
4,
think
5,
it's
and
pretty
6.
close. It's pretty freaking close.
It's really good, but I mean, like story wise, like the story is amazing. Like, don't get me wrong.
It's
But
so
what made
good.
what made Knights of the Old Republic so good is the gameplay, the fact that you were playing the story. You know what I mean? But if
I don't know, dude.
you
I
did
think
not
this would make
see-
a killer movie.
if Knights of the Old Republic was
Imagine
episode,
a trilogy.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but if Knights of the Old Republic was episode 4, 5, and 6, okay, that's what
Yeah.
you grew up watching.
Uh-huh.
And then the game that came out was you played as Luke Skywalker, this kid on Tatooine who then became a Jedi and then took on Darth Vader, and then you find out he's,
Well,
spoiler
don't-
alert.
No
you know,
spoilers. No
okay,
spoilers.
whatever. Anyways, that's not a spoiler. The
It-
movie came out 50 years ago.
Oh, are you talking Oh, I thought you were gonna spoil Coder.
No, I was gonna say that Darth Vader is Luke's father. I mean, come on. Like,
Yeah, that's
anyways,
fine. We
like,
can
if
spoil
you would
that.
have played through 4, 5, and 6, I think it would
50
like.
years ago.
Oh my gosh!
Crazy.
I mean that would have been amazing. You know,
Yeah.
like I think playing a game. It's just so hard to compare games to movies, like, because a game experience is so much different than, especially because it's your character. You know, you are the character in Coder. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you are that person. So I mean, like, and I won't talk about any story beats for Coder, because if you haven't played it and you don't know anything about it, that's great. Stay away from it.
It is some of the
This
best
game-
storytelling in any
it's-
medium I've ever
Oh,
encountered.
it's such a great game.
It's
Like,
it is
I'm very excited for the remake. Absolutely.
very good.
I'm
So
really skeptical about this next one.
I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm
how
not
to feel about it.
skeptical because here I'll tell you why. This is the Ubisoft open world Star Wars game. That's also being co-developed by Massive. That's pretty much all we know about it.
Who's Massive?
Here,
What is the Massive?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
You should pull them up while
Sure.
I'm talking. One thing I do know is if this is Assassin's Creed, if this is Watch Dogs, and it has a Star Wars skin, I literally couldn't care less. I will play all 300 hours of it, and I will not complain. I
Ooh, okay. So Massive has some interesting stuff.
what do they got?
They have Division. I'm gonna tell you. I don't want to. I want
Alright.
to tell you that they have the Division.
That's
1 and
huge.
2. Yep.
So hold on, let me talk about that.
Okay.
The thing about the Division, one, the multiplayer element is really cool. Two, the story element is really excellent. Well, the story, the writing is the best part about the Division. And the way that you interact with the world and the way that it changes is really big in those games.
Right. Yeah. I haven't played them, but I've heard stuff about them.
So Division and Division 2 are very, very good games. And the developers will tell you that themselves. So that's huge. That's awesome. What else do we?
They're currently working on an Avatar game set to release this year.
Oh yeah,
Avatar
okay, right,
Frontiers of
right.
Pandora.
The Avatar
that might
game.
be fun.
We'll
That
see.
might be fun.
We'll see.
I don't know. Assassin's Creed Revelations.
Oh, they did.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Well, that's Ubisoft. So.
Right. And then, get ready for this?
Yeah.
Far Cry 3.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best Far Cry.
Yeah.
That's
So-
awesome.
Okay, so this is why I say I'm skeptical, because, like, when I
Oh, what if
I
it's
think,
Far Cry Star Wars?
okay, so
Ooh,
that's so I was
that
what
would
I
be
was
so sick.
what I'm talking about is for, like, open world games. I love open world games. Like,
Same.
don't get me wrong,
Same.
but they're almost copy paste recently.
Totally.
Like, they've been all,
And
but because
totally.
it's open world,
But
like, but now here's the thing though.
copy pasted
If
into Star Wars.
If Far Cry was all Star Wars,
it
I
would
would
be
have
perfect.
played every single one of
Totally.
them. Like,
Same.
because the cool aspect of that is Star Wars.
Is Star Wars.
Not like,
Yeah,
now Far Cry,
exactly.
like Far Cry 5 was awesome because it had a really good story and
Right.
it was a fun game, but it was just copy paste Far Cry.
Right.
Then I tried to get into Far Cry Primal, couldn't do it. It was just Far Cry, but instead of a gun, I had a bow. Like,
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
Like, and then I read about New Dawn, which was the sequel to 5, and everyone was like, this game sucks in comparison to 5. You know,
Totally.
I heard Far Cry 3, amazing, possibly the best Far Cry. I heard Far Cry 4 was really good, and I heard Far Cry 5 was really good. But other than that, all the other Far Cry games are just that. They're the same exact game as always. 6 got a ton of hate because of that. It was just the same. It was the same exact thing. But again, if all of those games were Star Wars games, I would have 100%ed all of them. Like, because
Yeah.
the cool part
Well,
is Star Wars.
I don't know if
And
you
not-
would have 100%ed
Okay,
them.
I wouldn't have
played
100%
them.
of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I would have 50 plus hours in every single one.
That's interesting because Division 2, and Far Cry are all first-person shooters. So,
Oh, I didn't even
but
think about that.
Revelations is
But
not.
Assassin's
That's
Creed is
yeah,
a third-person game.
right?
I would be okay with a first-person game.
Totally. Yeah,
I love first-person.
that's what I'm
open
saying.
world
Far
games.
Cry,
Like,
Far Cry, Star Wars. Would
honestly,
be
I would almost prefer that.
so wild.
Like,
no, dude, I would way rather be an acrobat or a Jedi or like do some Assassin's Creed style stuff
I
inside
don't
the
know,
Star
I
Wars
guess.
universe.
I think
The climbing, dude, oh my gosh, take the climbing from Assassin's Creed and put him on Coruscant. I would lose my mind. I would lose my ever-loving mind. That would be so cool. Dude, and he jumps onto the cars that are going by and he dives off of buildings. Oh my gosh, that would be so rad. I want Assassin's Creed Star Wars.
Totally.
But Far Cry Star Wars would be
imagine
just as good.
Imagine if you're just an assassin on Coruscant.
How
cool would that be?
Dude,
oh my gosh. And the Coruscant is the map.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
That would be crazy.
I am excited for this game. No matter what, I'll play it, even if it is just Far Cry.
So out of all of these, this is probably top 3 for me. Excitement. Also, this is the first time I've been excited about a Ubisoft game in
I would agree with that.
In maybe like 10 years.
I think I would agree with all of it. I think this is my third. The third I'm most excited for Coder. I'm second most excited for the one we're going to talk about next.
Yeah.
And then then third I would throw it to this.
I might have to reorder my list after these next 2 actually.
But
so the next one, this is huge. Luke, have you played Detroit?
I watched Detroit. I didn't play it.
Okay. You should have played it.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I didn't have a PlayStation.
At least you watched it. So this next game is from that studio, from Quantic Dream. It's called Star Wars Eclipse. We got a trailer at the Game Awards that was 5 years too early.
Coming out in 2030
if we're lucky. Yeah. It's never coming out. But it's going to be awesome. And
it's going to look
great.
The
thing about the studio that's cool is their dialogue trees and the way that their story changes based on your choices and the branching paths that they have are just absolutely masterful. Detroit is probably the best dialogue focused game I've ever played. And it's got some really cool elements. It's beautiful. It's high fidelity.
Do we know what time
it's going to be Unreal Engine 5.
Do we know what time period this game takes place in?
I think it's 200 or 300 years before Episode 1.
Interesting.
So Yoda is around.
I would really like it to be very involved in Star Wars politics.
Maybe.
I think so.
I'm sure it will.
One of the things that I loved about the Clone Wars TV show so much, is how much it dove into the politics of the Clone Wars. Like you watch 2 and 3, and you don't really get a feeling of this was a crazy long war that's coming to the end. I mean, you can in some places, but other than them mentioning how long it's been going on, you don't really pick that up. And the Separatists are just the bad guys. They're it's good versus evil. Separatists bad.
Yeah,
of course. Good.
Right.
But in the show, you really find out that the Separatists there was good people on the Separatist side, and some of the Separatists left for a good reason. Yeah. There was problems with the Republic. And I mean, regardless, that's a conversation for another time. But I just thought it was so interesting, and with it being a dialogue heavy game, I think it'd be very interesting if you were a Padme style character in this game. I don't know. I think that would be really fun, and it would be really unique.
They've mentioned they're adding in action for the first time. This is going to be an action heavy game.
So Padme,
that
would be awesome.
I'm just saying, that'll be a cool addition to this because of that. You can't do a Star Wars game and not have lightsabers. So it's cool that they're leaning into that. This is the height of the Republic, so I'm sure there will be politics. I'm sure there will be Jedi. I'm sure there will be cool stuff. And it sounds like you kind of get to choose, to some extent, who your character is and what they do.
Okay.
In Detroit, you had 3 kind of characters, but you played all of them. So in this, if they're able to incorporate that level of player choice, first of all, they're breaking new ground on that all the time, and I'm so stoked about it because that means all games are gonna start getting more and more influenceable, if that makes sense. You're gonna have more agency that results in more different outcomes.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm stoked for this. It's never coming out. We'll see you.
It will come
we'll
out.
see you in 10 years.
Be a long time.
It might get canceled
in a galaxy far, far away. Jokes. And the last one.
This is a freaking miracle from God himself. This is absolutely wild. So Amy Hennig's Star Wars game was Skydance is happening. This is the Uncharted game that got canceled.
Wait, isn't this the Skydance? Didn't PlayStation just buy Skydance? Or was that a different studio?
I don't know.
We
what you're
talked about
talking
it a couple weeks ago.
It wasn't Skydance.
Okay, it was Sky something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't remember.
But so this is they made Uncharted.
No.
Oh.
So Amy Hennig was working on a Uncharted style Star Wars game.
Wait, is this 13?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. This was only a couple years ago. They had a really cool shot of somebody walking out of a building on Tatooine, looking up at the sky, and a huge TIE fighter going by, and a big red Imperial flag. And so, I have no idea when it's taking place. I have no idea if they're keeping the narrative or any of the assets. All I know is that Amy Hennig in Star Wars is something that everyone needs, and we're gonna be very happy about it. This is also probably top 3. I think top 3 for me is number 1 is Coder, number 2 is probably this one, and then number 3 is probably Ubisoft.
Yeah, I would go Coder, Eclipse, Ubisoft.
The only reason Eclipse isn't in my top 3 is because it's gonna be a long time.
So, yeah.
The fact that they gave us a trailer is just like so mean, because we're probably gonna get Amy Hennig's game before we get Eclipse, which is wild.
We'll probably get everything on this list before we get Eclipse.
So the fact that they were able to revive this is really cool, because that would be, it's on the same level as if they had brought back 1313. You know, it's just not as popular as 1313. So anybody who knows about this is stoked. Oh my gosh, that's 8 Star Wars games that are coming out in the next 5-ish years.
Crazy.
And we're going to be getting them rapid fire.
Name another franchise that has 8 games coming out in the next 5 years. Like
Pokemon.
Yeah. That's one of the best-selling brands of all time.
The best-selling
the best-selling brand. Yeah, I mean, that's yeah,
it's huge. So very, very excited about that. The fact that EA's reign of terror has finally been lifted, and now people can play with the franchise is very exciting. The fact that Lucasfilm Games is back.
Will all of this be canon?
Is really cool. I think so.
That is what I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
I mean, Coder isn't canon.
Coder is canon now.
Is it though?
Yes. Everything that gets made.
You're remaking an old game. Does that?
It doesn't matter. Everything that gets made. Pablo Escobar. Pablo, what's his name? The guy from Star Wars. His name's Pablo. He's the canon guy. He has said that everything that gets made, video game wise, will not get made unless it's canon. So this is canonizing Coder. Interesting. Also, there's been plenty of stuff in the sequel trilogy and Rogue One and all that stuff that canonizes Coder in its own way.
Sure.
Yeah. Wow. That could have been the whole podcast.
For real. I mean, that was quite the news segment.
Yeah,
but we've got some other news stuff to hit on before we get to our main segment. What do we have next?
I think we just have Turtles, and then that's it. Yeah. Okay. So Turtles is coming out. It's coming out this summer. We got let's see, how long is this video?
11 minutes of gameplay. Wow.
I feel like it was longer than that. I thought it was like an hour. Maybe it's just cut down. But people got hands on it this weekend at the convention that was going on, which is called I don't remember. Doesn't really matter.
Not E3.
Yeah, it's not E3 because that's never happening again. Praise the Lord. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. So Turtles cartoon from the 80s. Loved it. Grew up on it. Townsend Coleman, Barry Gordon, Cam Clark, and Rob Paulson. Raphael, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo.
Are those all the original voice actors? Or
yes.
They're the voice actors from the cartoon? Or
yes. And they're
And
they're coming back for the game.
That's so cool.
And I am so excited.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I am so excited.
Is this like the traditional Turtles game style? It's going to be
a
side-scroller?
Side-scroller, beat 'em up.
Beat 'em up, yeah.
Have you seen any trailer footage? I'll just put it on while we talk.
Oh, okay. Sure.
But it's the similar beat 'em up style side-scrolling thing, fighting the Foot Clan, fighting Shredder. But April O'Neil is going to be playable. Master Splinter is going to be playable.
Oh, interesting.
And there's no way Casey Jones won't be playable. He'll probably be like an unlockable character or something like that. But this looks hilarious. It looks exciting. I'm going to buy pizza and I'm going to play the hell out of this game. I am so excited. Like, this is probably like it's top 3 like most anticipated releases this year for me. I've been waiting so long for this.
Yeah, I know.
It was supposed to come out in like November last year. Every chance I get, I'm so excited. I just want to play it. I need 3 other people to play with me. I'm gonna give you orange or blue or red or purple controller, and we're gonna beat this game. I'm so pumped about it. I will 100% this game, like no question. Like I'm very, very excited. So the fact that they are just like adding more, everything I am like, oh, I hope they do this, or oh, maybe they'll do this. They do it. So Casey will be in the game, or he'll be unlockable. They have to. The Easter eggs, DLC. They'll have cheat codes like that. I'm just so excited. Also, the Cowabunga collection is also coming out this year. All the pre-orders say December, but it must be coming out before that. But the only window we really have for this is summertime, so I'm waiting till probably September before I get to play this. But it's coming out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox X and S, and Nintendo Switch.
Which is the only
buying
console
it on
you
the
should play it
Switch,
on.
of course.
I mean, why
well,
would you play
dude,
this on?
I'm worried that the frame rate's gonna be bad, but
well, I mean, we'll see.
Also, Limited Run has already announced that they're gonna be doing a Turtles.
How cool would a pizza box be?
That would be so awesome.
That
would be so awesome.
A full-size pizza.
That would be so cool. Whatever they do, I'm gonna get it.
If that happens, if they put a large pizza box in it,
Yeah.
we have to eat a pizza out of it.
No.
Yes.
You're just gonna get it all greasy.
Exactly. That's the point.
That might look.
We
cool.
gotta go to
cool.
Pizza Hut, which is the greasiest pizza you can find.
It will be Pizza Hut because when the game came out on the NES, they gave you like if you go rent it at Blockbuster or something, you get a free pizza.
From Pizza Hut?
That's
hilarious.
Yeah. So
if they do a full-size pizza box, we have to eat a Pizza
Luke,
Hut pizza out of it.
I'm so excited, Luke. I'm so excited. Turtles is just like...
Yeah, it'll be cool.
I've been so nostalgic for Turtles lately.
We've got a couple more quick releases for you here. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming out July 29th. And then Splatoon 3, this just got announced a day or two ago, coming out September 9th.
Yeah, so they announced both of these together. They already had release dates. They just swapped them. So it sounded like Splatoon 3 needed some more work. Xenoblade was ready to go. So we're getting Xenoblade early, which was revealed at this February's Direct, which is wild. Like, that has got to be one of the fastest reveals to release.
Yeah,
it's like 5 months or something like that. Yeah, so that's huge. I'm excited. I might even play Xenoblade 1 and 2 before this comes out just because I'm so pumped about this. And then Splatoon 3, which I'm also really excited for because I'm really hoping that the single player campaign is going to be like a customizable experience.
Yeah, I don't know. Single player campaign might make me play it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But
so,
all right. Well, that's it
all
for the news.
That's all for that.
We've got another thing coming up, and we will be there in just a moment. Am I facing the right direction? Was that the cool thing? Did that look? Oh my gosh, that's you. Okay. Whoops. Never mind. Anyways, in case you didn't realize by the headsets that we're wearing, we are talking about the Meta Showcase. Kirk, what did you think of the Meta Showcase?
It was good. Why was your hand in my face?
I was trying to do the snap thing where you like snap and then you're in a different place and then it looks like you didn't move, but
don't do that again.
Okay, well, I can't really see. I don't know if you realize that.
I can see.
Oh, can I make... Oh, I just made my notes really big. That was cool. Okay, anyways, what did you think of the Meta Showcase?
I thought it was a really good showcase. I think they took some notes from Nintendo because literally just reveal after reveal after reveal.
Yeah, it was just games. It was
yeah,
awesome.
Just games. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, so we're gonna just go through the games and we'll talk a little bit about it, and then we're just gonna talk about like VR in general afterwards. Talk about our experience with it. We're gonna give you some game recommendations, things like that. But starting with, we have Cities VR coming out on April 28th, and then Little Cities, which is another city simulator. I don't think this was a part of the showcase. I think it's just another one that we know about. But we have two city builders coming out. What are your thoughts on them?
The city builders.
Yeah.
They look really low graphical quality, but
Well, I
feel like games always look like that until you get into VR.
Yeah, I mean, VR games in general are just like lower graphic quality,
Yeah.
But once you're in VR, they for sure look better. I will say I've played the City Skyline mobile game, and it's so much fun. I really like it.
What's it called?
It's like Cities Skylines or Cities Mobile.
Is that the Facebook one?
No, it's like a Sims game.
Because Facebook only talked about one of those games that's coming out.
Which is Cities VR. Yeah, that's the one they talked about.
Okay.
Which is the one I've played on mobile. It's the same kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it looks the same. Which I'm actually really excited. I'm gonna play this game. I'm probably gonna wait for like a sale. Oculus Store always has great sales. So does Steam VR. I believe it's coming to both. But I'm gonna wait for a sale, and then I'm for sure gonna pick it up. So
yeah.
But then next, this one's crazy, and I think it's actually great for VR. I'm really excited we're getting it. It's Among Us VR.
Among Us?
Yeah,
that's cool.
I think it'll be awesome, and I think this game's actually gonna be really scary, like, because you're gonna be in Among Us, like when you play on, I was gonna say on mobile, but I guess when you play on anything, you can see when someone's coming up behind you, because like you're a top-down view. But in VR, you're not gonna know who's behind you. Like, you're gonna turn around and you're gonna see somebody, and you're gonna immediately freak out and be afraid that they're the imposter. When in all reality, they're just there to watch you do your quest and make sure that your task, and make sure that you're not the imposter. Like, what are you doing?
Playing Beat Saber.
Can you not?
Sorry,
we're like doing a podcast.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just sitting here and I'm bored.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Quit. Wait, where? Are you over here?
Yes.
Oh,
stop.
you're right here. I've been talking in the other direction the whole time.
Are you serious?
Yeah. All right, you're over here, so I'll talk over here.
They should have like a game where you just sit and things happen.
I'm sure like there's probably like meditation games and stuff.
Oh,
Anyways,
yeah.
We're talking about don't launch any No.
Okay.
Anyways, make sure I'm talking on the mic. Yeah. Okay, I am. So yeah, Among Us, that comes out in November. We actually have a release date for it, November 10th.
Among Us will be cool. I'm
pretty excited for
that.
it. I don't know.
Hopefully that'll like our friend group will actually play that.
I don't know if I'm gonna play it. Just because motion sickness wise, it's definitely a move with thumbsticks.
You don't think you can teleport in that?
I don't think so. I think it would be too hard to like kill people in it, and do tasks and keep track of people.
Jeez, Luke.
Well, imposter is the best way to play.
Oh, jeez.
What the heck are you doing?
I'm just doing there's like I'll show you later. It's kind of cool. I just thought I was gonna fall like forever.
I have my notes. That's what I have. What does he have? Again, he's playing a game.
I'm not playing a game. I'm doing an experience.
Sounds like you're playing a game. Doing an experience.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Well, our next game, we have NFL Pro Era.
I think this looks terrible.
Really?
I think it looks so bad. The graphics look like Madden 2005, and the fact that there's no online multiplayer is stupid. And you can only play quarterback. I don't know.
That's okay. So, from a football fan and a Madden fan.
First of all, I am a football fan. I'm not an NFL fan.
Okay. What football do you watch and follow?
I don't watch or follow football. I play football, and it was fun.
Okay, you're not a football fan. You enjoyed playing the sport Or correction, you enjoyed sitting on the bench your freshman year.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
that's inaccurate for the record.
this game has gotten pretty much only positive feedback from what I was saying. Everyone was saying this looks better than they expected. For one, you only want to play quarterback. You don't want to play anything else. And for two,
yeah, running back might get kind of
yeah, exactly. Like no, I think this actually looks really good. I was really impressed with it. I think this is something that I could play. Like, I think I could be a mostly pocket passer, just drop back and throw and not get motion sick pretty much at all. I won't be a good running quarterback because I'll get sick and then I'll be like puking on the field. But
right.
No, I think this is so. Not only do I think this looks really good and I think it'll be fun, but the fact that we're getting an NFL official, this is NFL official.
Okay,
this is
that
like
part is cool.
all 32 teams. You
For
can
sure.
play on any of them. You're gonna be able to change up your locker room. It looks like. This is huge for VR. I mean, getting NFL to put a game on this, I think that's massive. And it's coming out fall of this year. Honestly, so one of the coolest things about this showcase is almost everything is this year.
Totally. Yeah,
and
that was
that's
something
really
they kept
cool.
reminding us of, like, during the presentation, was all this stuff is coming out really soon. So
yeah, and along with that, we have. What are you doing?
I'm looking at zombies.
Why?
They're so scary.
What are you playing?
It's like they have I forget what it's called. Hold on. It's called VR Animation Player. It's one of the apps that's included with the headset. And there's like it's really cool. It's like art that they have of different scenes and stuff. And you can like change your views of it. It's pretty neat.
You know we're doing a podcast.
Yes,
right?
I know. I can podcast in VR.
I don't believe you.
So far so good. What's next, Luke?
Okay. Next we have a sequel to Moss. Moss
Ooh,
Book
Moss.
2.
I'm stoked. So Moss they recently brought to the Oculus. It used to be PSVR exclusive, right?
I believe so.
I think it was just PSVR before. And so they brought that to the Oculus. I haven't picked it up yet, but I for sure will, especially now that they're making a sequel.
It's such a unique VR game. It's a platformer, but you are not the platformer.
Well,
there's a little.
Is it a platformer?
Yes, yeah, it's a platformer. It's a little like rabbit or rat mouse.
It's a mouse.
I don't know. It's a mouse.
It's a mouse.
Anyways, it's a mouse, and you help the mouse go through the platformer from like a top down. Just hit my face on my mic.
Nice.
Like it's not really top down. It's like on the side, but you can also kind of be behind the mouse. It's a really interesting take on a VR game. I haven't played it either, but it's definitely on my list. I would absolutely love to try it. So,
yeah, Moss looks good. It's cool because it's you do like puzzles to help the little mouse, like navigate and walk around and like fight enemies, and there's like little weapons that you have that you can throw at stuff. And who's being distracting now?
you are.
No, you are. Ow! I just hit my head on the mic.
Okay. Sorry, real quick, to let everyone know, this is definitely a watching segment. Like, if you're an audio listener, like that's great. But you should absolutely be watching this because I just realized that I can recline and do the podcast. So
That's probably not going to be good for anyone to look at. I might have to censor some stuff.
No, my shorts are still on.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's a turtle.
should be fine. So, anyways, yeah, very excited for Moss.
What else?
Next, we have The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners Chapter 2. Actually, one of the themes of this showcase is sequels.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because
Definitely.
so what's so cool about that is VR is not a gimmick. It's not something that like
Gimmicks can be good.
gimmicks can be good, but this isn't a gimmick.
Whatever.
it's not a gimmick. This is something that is here and it's here to stay, and it's good and it's getting big support. You're talking NFL and Among Us, which I mean, granted, those are on very different levels of size, but regardless, you're getting big mainstream developers, and then another really big name coming that we'll talk about in a little bit, that are developing games for VR. This is here, it's here to stay, and it's only going to get better and more accessible. Walking Dead is considered one of the best games on VR.
It is in every top 10 list I've ever seen.
Yeah, and now I haven't picked it up because I get really motion sick when I move with the thumbsticks, so as long as I can physically move, which moves me in game, I don't get motion sick. But if I am trying to stay in one place and then use the thumbstick to move, it makes me really sick, which this game, I believe, is one of those. So I haven't picked it up for that reason. But this is huge for VR. It's everyone in the VR community is very excited for this. Yeah. I mean, I'm stoked that this is happening.
Did you know you can play saxophone in space?
Did you know we're doing a podcast?
Yeah, I just thought that'd be a fun fact for the listeners.
Oh my gosh.
So
nothing on Walking Dead? You don't
it's
have anything to say about it?
well, it's clearly the best, one of the best VR games ever made, and it's getting a sequel, and it's going to be more of the same. Sounds like the story is a big focus. Sounds like whatever you did in the first game pissed some people off, and they're here for retribution. So that's pretty cool. Also, just Walking Dead is it's such a perfect franchise for VR. There's obviously Star Wars, and you think of Lord of the Rings and things where scope and scale and stuff like that is really important. But I think Walking Dead is just perfect because of when you watch this show, it's all about putting yourself in their shoes, right?
Right.
What would I do in this situation? And how, you take for granted how many walkers they take out. It's actually, it's not easy. And you have to really, okay, I gotta stop that. That's making me sick.
Oh my gosh.
You have to really focus and pay attention before you throw up. Oh my Lord, please don't. Okay, thank God. So yeah, Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners 2. Very excited about that.
Next, my notes are upside down. Give me just a moment.
This is stupid. Quit goofing off.
This is huge. I apologize to the listeners. I just hit my headset on the mic again.
I'll mute it.
No, don't adjust any of it so they get the full experience of what's happening.
Okay, yeah.
We're getting a sequel to Boneworks.
Bone Lab. Okay, this is dope.
Bone Lab. This looks at, and it's
I'm really stoked for this.
It's coming to Oculus. Boneworks is not on Oculus. However, it's considered one of the best VR games ever made.
It is
also
considered
in
the top 10 list.
Visually best game ever made. It is considered the most immersive game ever made.
Best game ever made.
Because you can do anything.
Absolutely.
Right now, I'm in my desert vista. It is my home away from home. And right over there are some swinging chairs and there's some pillows and stuff. I can't go over to those pillows and just toss them around. If this was Boneworks, I could do that. I could go over to the sunset over there. You could do
everything you see is interactable.
Yeah, and now, so the thing with if you're not aware, the thing that makes the Oculus so appealing is that it's wireless. You don't have to plug it into a computer. You can you just have to play. I mean, for instance, Kirk right now is just playing games. He's not plugged into a computer. He's not doing the podcast. He's not doing anything.
I am doing the podcast, and I'm not playing a game right now.
Anyways,
I'm messing with the settings.
The fact that we're getting a sequel to Boneworks on Oculus is huge. This is probably going to be one of the best playing games on Oculus. And it looks so much fun. So and in this one there's a single player story mode, which I'm not sure if there was on Boneworks. Say for the
story
same
mode?
motion sickness reason, I didn't really play it, but
yeah, dude, Boneworks is gonna make you sick, dude. The one thing they showed in the trailer for Bone Lab, over and over again, is falling. falling,
Yeah.
falling. And if there's one thing in VR that makes me sick, it's falling. So
really?
I'm gonna have to really try to get over that for this.
That's really interesting because generally speaking, falling doesn't make me sick.
That's like the epitome of moving without actually moving, though.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of
Like, so
like
in the trailer,
falling and
he's
flying.
like climbing, right? And the thing he's climbing on breaks, and he just falls all the way.
Yeah, I
That
did,
would
I
make
did
me
see that.
so terrified.
Totally.
Also sick. So like Richie's plank experience, that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
I watched so many videos of people trying that and falling. Oh my goodness. Was that full?
No.
Oh, thank God. One of the things
My legs all wet though.
oh, gross. About that game that I always saw was people like trying it and falling over, like getting scared of heights or whatever. And I always watched it. I was like, there is no way I would actually be scared of falling or of heights, right? And so you put me in the game, and I went out, and the heights was actually like a little bit jarring to see how far down it was. But one of the things that didn't bother me at all was like you walk out on the thing, you walk back in, whatever. Like I'm in my living room, I'm not gonna fall. That's weird. But then you turn on the mode where there was a cake out on the end of the plank, and I walked out there and I was like, okay, it's cake, whatever. I took a piece of the cake and all these spiders fell out of it, and I was like, okay, that's gross. But I turned around and walked back inside, and then a giant spider was crawling out the side of the building, and then I fell over.
Right. Yeah. So Richie's Plank Experience is a very interesting game for me to make people play because it didn't bother me at all. Like none of it bothered me. Walking I am scared of heights in real life, like very much so.
Same.
Walking out on the plank, walking back in, that didn't bother me at all. Like I was aware of the fact that there was no way I was going to die. However, I have had people play that game who are not scared of heights, and they cannot walk out on that plank. They just cannot do it. They'll get on their hands and knees and they'll crawl. They just won't step out onto the plank whatsoever. So yeah, I don't know. It's a super interesting how VR messes with you like that. I don't know how we got onto this from talking about Bone Lab, but Bone Lab,
that's what Bone Lab does. You know?
Very excited for Bone Lab. I'm definitely gonna try to figure out a way to play that game, 100%.
Without getting sick.
And then so that Bone Lab. Oh, here I forgot to do release dates. Moss Book 2 coming out this summer. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 coming out late 2022. Bone Lab we just have later this year. Not sure exactly when. Next we got 2 more sequels. We got Red Matter 2 and Aspire 2.
Which are both games I don't think either of us have played.
No, I haven't played either of them.
But are pretty highly acclaimed. Red Matter is a story focused game that is really solid. And it's about space and all of that. It's scary, and it's like, I don't know, not quite Aliens level of scary, but it's a really cool space game with cool characters and an interesting story and some really good mechanics. And the trailer for this made it. They did the Half-Life Alyx move. Ow, that hurt. They did the Half-Life Alyx move where the guy knocked everything off the shelf and grabbed the thing he needed to,
right.
you know. So it looks like they made some improvements to it. It looks like they're trying to actually make it a sequel worthy of being a sequel. And then this other one it's essentially Hitman, but you're a robot. So that looks dope. The cool thing was it seemed like you can either go in guns blazing and just try to survive,
or
like
you can
super hot style. Right, or you can go in stealth and try to. So, dude, a stealth VR game, I am so here for that. That sounds so much fun. So,
and then Red Matter 2 summer 2020 or summer 2022.
Oh, that's really soon.
That's this year. Yep. And then Aspire 2 is November of this year.
I aspire to play that.
So, everything so far coming this year. Next we have Ruins Magus. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's Magus, but
I don't remember the trailer for this. I vaguely remember it.
Oh, I do. Can I talk about
yeah,
it?
talk
So
about it. That'd
it's
be
like
nice to actually have a co-host on the podcast.
Shut up. It's
that's
a
not playing
it's
video
a
games.
it's a weeb game. It's a super anime um like role playing game. But it's like an old school like D&D style setting.
Oh, that's right. I do remember.
And the thing that stood out to me about this, when you're in VR, there is nothing. Like oftentimes, like you play the climb or you play golf or you play anything except for VR chat. When you're around, there is nobody else is around. Sometimes there'll be like a single NPC, and I think that's because rendering that would probably be really hard. Also, they probably don't want you like walking into things all the time. But this game is full of NPCs. Like the streets are filled with all these different like creatures and characters and stuff that you can interact with and buy things from, and it looks like a really cool like D&D style RPG. I'm really excited for it. A lot of the voice acting is in Japanese. I think there will be an English option, but it just seems like a really cool, unique game where you get to like practice magic and do things like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds super cool. I don't know. At least I haven't played. I don't know of any other role-playing game, like role-playing VR games, you know. So, that's cool. I'm excited for that.
There's a few, but I don't think they're as in depth as this one looks to be. So,
right.
Which is funny because you'd think VR is kind of the perfect platform for role playing, but
totally. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you're in VR.
Exactly.
So, that is kind of interesting to me, but
what's next?
I don't know. I'm playing the climb.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you were gonna talk about that one, so
I did.
I actually do know what's next though, because I did see my list. Real quick, Ruins, Magus, whatever, is going to come out. It's just coming soon. That was all we have for it. So we don't know anything more. We just know coming soon.
But it'll be within the next year, allegedly.
Oh, okay. Very, very nice. So next, this is crazy to me. We're getting Ghostbusters VR. Now, apparently, this is not Ghostbusters' first rendition on VR. Apparently, there has been some other kind of Ghostbusters.
What? Really?
Game? Yeah, that's
I didn't know that.
I was listening to Oasis, and he was talking about it.
Okay.
And he said that not only have they been on VR before, but it wasn't any good. But
is that the Australian guy?
Yeah. He said that this looks really good. He's excited for it. We got a trailer. I don't think it's a gameplay trailer.
It's not a game. There's no way. I mean, it was like 4K and like.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we like watched gameplay, you know, but it wasn't actually like no one was playing.
It was like a
game.
Concept trailer.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
All we know is it's gonna be 4-player Ghostbusters VR.
It looks it actually looks
that sounds
scary.
Awesome. Yeah, Ghostbusters is scary.
I mean, is it though?
Have you watched Ghostbusters?
No.
It's scary.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought it was a comedy.
It's both.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not like a horror, but it's like spooky, you know.
Sure.
Demonetized. Yeah. I think that closes out the event, right?
Yeah, that was it. So that was all the games covered in the event. Overall, I think it was a really good event.
I think so too. Yeah, I think
achievement unlocked.
How are you gonna criticize me for playing
hits.
And then?
Well, I figured you did it, so I might as well too.
Well, we need to finish the segment, and you're the one that has the notes.
No, that's it. That's the notes.
That's the segment then.
Yeah, exactly. That was Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is coming. I think. I mean, although we didn't get any like Resident Evil or what we did.
Oh, we did get. Oh, you didn't mention Resident Evil. They added Mercenaries.
I'm so sorry. There are 2 more things that were in the showcase. Resident Evil 4 got Mercenaries added to it, which is a game mode
from the original.
From the original, correct?
That's like a round-based.
But it's going to get exclusive content, specifically made for the Quest.
Right. new guns, new character models, new outfits. Yeah, it looks really good. I actually meant to buy that game just for this mode.
Oh,
And
really?
I forgot about it. Yeah,
Oh,
but I'm
interesting.
gonna play it either way. I don't know. I tend to forget about VR. I don't know. Maybe I just need to leave my Oculus in my living room or something.
Yeah,
but
no, I totally
I
understand. What
really
you mean.
think some of the best gameplay experiences are on VR. I just haven't.
Oh,
like
100%. I've gone
gotten
on
there
like
yet.
I go on crazy VR kicks where the only thing I play for a little bit is VR, and then something happens and I like take a break. But
Well, I think the battery life kind of kills it for me because I either get motion sick or I run out of battery, and it's like
right,
I end up playing for an hour or two at a time.
yeah,
But I have a battery pack in my strap, and then I've also got like a Pokemon Go style battery pack.
right,
Um, so I could theoretically play for like 5 hours, but I just haven't like set up the time to do that yet.
totally.
So, but you and I just play walkabout mini golf all the time.
Yes, and we will absolutely talk about that. There was one more thing out of the showcase though. We got a new Beat Saber pack.
Oh yeah,
Beat Saber.
it's like a
It's
EDM
an
pack.
EDM pack. Yep. And in this pack, Dead Mouse 5,
Dead mouse.
Dead Mouse 5, and Marshmallow will be featured in it.
Marshmallow.
So,
Marshmallow.
that's very cool. I downloaded Ghosts and Stuff. Just like
Is it literally called that?
A custom map. Yeah, it's a Dead Mouse 5 song. Did you not know that?
No.
Well, anyways, it's a good song, and I found a gnome. Oh shoot!
A gnome?
Yeah,
Are you still playing the climb?
Yeah.
What is it, like a real gnome?
No, it's like a garden gnome.
Yeah, that's what real gnomes are.
He's
Fake gnomes
no
are...
real gnomes are gnomes.
Those aren't real.
Wait, what?
Okay. Anyways.
Okay. Anyways, he's at the bottom of the.
So we're gonna do our top 5 VR games, but we're gonna take our headsets off for that.
Well, what I was going to say before we do that is that Ghosts and Stuff is a very fun custom map that I've played, and now it's going to be officially done by Beat Saber.
Oh, cool. Oh, so you'll have to compare.
Right, and I don't have very high hopes for the custom map winning. Generally speaking.
Yeah, but see what it's like.
Possibly. It'll be very interesting to do a direct comparison. So that is kind of cool. But that is it for the Meta Showcase. And for the sake of quality and the fact that
my head is starting to hurt.
Yep, and we're going to
just to clarify, VR is super comfy. It's just the way I'm wearing my headset right now kind of hurts. So okay. Cut. Well, we're not doing that again.
Never do that again.
Yeah, bad idea.
I am very glad I didn't break my glass.
That was very loud and obnoxious.
Now my sock is wet. And I'm a little sick.
All that to say, that's not normally how VR goes.
No.
It's much more fun than that. And because of that, we each have 5 recommendations for you. These are not our top 5 necessarily, or even the best VR games that you should play. Just 5 games we played that we really liked that are free or cheap, and you should
definitely
give it a shot.
Definitely pick them up.
So my first one is Thrill of the Fight. This is a boxing game. It's really good. I mean, you're really just shadow boxing. It's got you ducking and doing uppercuts and jabs and everything, and it's really a good workout. It's also just fun to play. Also, there's the Creed version, which has Sylvester Stallone as your trainer. So that's pretty neat. But Thrill of the Fight is my first recommendation.
So I haven't played Thrill of the Fight. I played Creed though. I played the demo. And it was okay. From what I've read reviews and stuff, like Thrill of the Fight is much more refined.
It's the better one.
I own it. I definitely will play it eventually. But my first recommendation is a free to play game. It's called BOGO. So this is like a virtual pet game. Do you know this one?
I played this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This game is so much fun.
It's a demo game.
It is like
it's like 10 minutes max.
The gameplay is not what makes this game fun. The environment is what makes this game fun.
You're right. The environment is super cool.
I was so immersed in this game. It was one of the first VR games I played because I looked at best free to play games when I got my headset, and that's what I downloaded. And there's one game where you're like trying to like keep these like weird looking things from hitting the ground, like when we were kids and
It's
we
like
would
fruit or
not let the
something,
balloon
right?
hit the ground,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. And I was so into it and immersed that I jumped to hit one and just smacked my controller right on the ceiling. Thankfully, didn't break it, but like that's
Those
how
are
like
always the cool
immersive it
moments.
was. And
Yeah.
it's really fun. You have this cool little like alien pet. His name is Bogo. And you can
feed him.
feed him and change it. I won't tell you much about it. It's a fun game. It's free to play. It's definitely worth downloading and trying out. Like Kirk said, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes maybe, and yeah, it's super solid.
My next one is Katan Vr. So if you played Settlers of Catan, Katan, whatever you call it, you're wrong. It's Catan. But the VR version is so much fun. It's actually incredibly intuitive. It's really easy to control. You can kind of move your controls around where you want them and stuff. But it's just so much fun to put on the headset, relax, and play with friends who are far away. I was playing with a buddy of mine from Colorado, and I know like this is like the cliche thing to say, but it really felt like he was in the room with me, like sitting down playing the game.
Yeah, so that is actually how VR feels. Like it feels
really
like
does.
you're there.
Yeah.
Like I was playing VR with a friend of mine. We were playing mini golf, and I hadn't seen him for like a week or two, and then I saw him, and he mentioned he was like, yeah, Luke and I were hanging out the other day.
Right.
He didn't say Luke and I were playing a game.
VR.
He didn't say we
right.
were playing VR. He said we were hanging out.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels
It
like.
really
You
does.
You can look at each other. You see expressions. You see like mouth movement. Like
depending
it's
on the
like,
game. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But it actually feels like you're like you're spending time with people. So
super cool. So Catan's a fun one to do that.
My next one is the Climb 1 and 2. They're super fun. I mean, that's exactly what you're doing. You're just climbing, that's what I was playing that a little bit earlier.
But it's like I don't know what to call it. It's like sports climbing, right? Like you have like different routes and stuff that you can try. And
so and the first one you're mostly just rock climbing, but in the second one you actually have buildings you can climb on, and you can go from like different skyscraper
really?
to skyscraper.
Oh, that's
cool.
cool.
And like all sorts of stuff. So
the first one is all like outdoors rock climbing and things like that.
And then the second one is a mix of like urban climbing and like outdoor rock climbing.
Is urban climbing a thing? Or is that like...
No, it's definitely a thing.
Really?
People have done it before.
That's super cool.
Most of the time,
it's
like
illegal.
if you don't... Yeah, exactly. Like it's done illegally. But like, in Mission... I think it's Ghost Protocol, the Mission Impossible movie, where Tom Cruise is climbing up. That is a very real thing. And like he was actually climbing, not in what you see in the movie, because he's using gloves that are obviously very fake. But he was actually
but
like,
how do you
climb
that
building? You like put your hands and feet in between the windows, and you just kind of like shimmy up.
Jeez.
It's incredibly terrifying. I don't know how people do it. But yeah,
is that what those like? I've seen those videos
insane.
Of the Russian people way up high on top of skyscrapers and like.
No, so generally those ones are people, they just like take an elevator up to the top of the building. They take
really?
A service elevator or something,
lame.
and then they climb cranes that are on top of buildings.
Yeah,
which is terrifying and
scary.
incredibly stupid. Like I watched one of those videos where the guy he literally slips and catches himself. If he did not catch himself, dead. Dead.
I can't even think about it.
But that's the nice part about the climb too, is if you slip, you fall on the floor, and that's it.
Yeah, right.
So
cool.
But yeah, what do you have next?
My next one is Echo VR. This one will absolutely make you sick, Luke. So you should not play it.
Don't play it.
Or you should just play it for 5 minutes a day until you get over it. But oh my gosh, this is so much fun. So it's tied to another game that's actually like a full-on story game, and it's really good. But this is like the free part, and it just takes all of the mechanics and nothing else about the game, and you play frisbee golf. And it's frisbee golf, but you're flying in space. So you're like, you have like jets to move yourself and stuff, but other than that, it's anti-gravity. And you throw the frisbee and you try to get it in the goal, and it's like, I think you can do 1v1, but they also have teams where it's like 4v4, and it gets so crazy. And once you get good at it, it feels like an actual sport.
Wow.
Like it's really fun how you can do that. So just the different ways that you get used to the mechanics of the game and like the anti-gravity and stuff. But once you get over that, like the sickness is real at first because you're moving all over the place and you're just kind of sitting with the thumbstick, which you take the headset off and you're like, whoa,
I'm sure.
But once you get over that, oh my goodness, like I would play this competitively, like no joke. It's so much fun.
Wow. Next, I have Vader Immortal. I put 1 through 3 together.
These games are so cool.
They are. They're very cool.
It's one game. Let's be real.
Yeah, it is.
They're episodes.
It's one story. It's episodes. They're $10 each. They're on sale right now for like $26, I think.
Yep, $26.50 or something like that,
but
which is not a great deal.
The story mode is, in my opinion, kind of lame. It's fine.
It's not about the story mode.
No. Now they do have like 40 arena level type play through, on each game. I don't know what the actual gameplay is, but they're like levels where basically you just like
Is it different than the training mode?
And no, or it's training. Maybe that's what's called. Maybe it's called training mode.
Where you have the lightsaber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
so
those modes are so much fun.
So fun.
And then in the
and they get
ones,
progressively more.
Right, you can throw your lightsaber,
and you have a blaster.
You can force grab people,
so cool.
and you can actually lightsaber fight with robots.
It feels so good.
You can throw thermal detonators. Like it is so much fun.
Really cool.
I 3-starred all of the levels on the first one. The second one is actually like really difficult,
and it's a workout too.
Like, oh yeah, totally.
You are sweating by the time
I
you're done.
highly recommend when you play VR, first of all, always wear your wrist strap 100%. But secondly, get something with the finger strap, because when you throw your lightsaber, you can actually throw your lightsaber
like let
and
go
you can
of
let go of your controller and it stays right there, and that makes it so much more immersive. Mine broke on this one, and when you throw it, you just kind of like let go of the grip button. And it feels weird, and eventually you're going to throw your controller,
right?
Especially if you're not wearing the wrist strap, So
right.
I highly recommend some finger grips.
Hand strap,
yeah, absolutely.
Also, just the rubber protection on it is good, because they scratch really easy. But man, that game is so fun. My next one is Journey of the Gods. So this one's like $25, I think. But this is such a cool game because you've got I think you have bow and arrow, you have sword and shield, and you have magic. And it's like a short story, not very long. Kind of same length as A Fisherman's Tale, I think.
Okay.
So it's like a few hours, but nothing like,
sure.
It's not the Homer's Iliad or anything like that. But the mechanics are really good. The throwing stuff feels good. Blocking with the shield and attacking with the sword feels really good. It's crazy how good and frenetic combat in VR can feel when there's nothing happening.
Right.
You're just swinging.
It's really weird.
But it's crazy how you can block stuff and attack, and it feels good. And maybe just better haptics will improve that over time.
Oh yeah, it'll make it even better. Like you'll actually feel when you get hit. You'll
feel
totally.
It, like,
did good haptics.
Did you see that same guy? What's his name? Oasis VR. Did you see the one with the paintball gun?
No, I saw the clip of it, but
dude,
like
every time he gets shot, he gets paintballed.
He gets paintballed. Oh man,
dude, he is messed up. And there's one where he's crouching and he gets shot. And I was like, thought he was gonna get hit in the head, but it just went right over his.
Just missed him.
Dude was like, you can't do that. He would have broke his headset or something. It was so sketchy.
Yeah, that was the first thing. I was worried his headset was gonna get all painted, or broken. You know, but
totally.
Yeah, I don't. Anyways, combat does feel really good in VR. It's really odd how it feels that way. Like even if you have a shield, like you're playing it, you're holding your controller like this. Like I mean, like you're and you're like deflecting stuff and blocking stuff. And I mean, I guess some shields you do hold like this. In VR,
but, some of them like the little ones, but it just feels better to hold it like a shield. And it's geared. That's how it goes on your arm. So
you're
that's
holding
how
it
it works.
Like this, and you attack
but,
and you block.
Yeah, it feels really good. Also, just honorable mention, Blades and Sorcery is like apparently the really good version of this. It's not as good looking, but the physics are really good. I haven't played it, but I've heard it's really good. So I think that's a Steam VR game though.
Okay. Okay. Well, my next one is A Fisherman's Tale. I didn't know you played this game.
I didn't know that you put it on there.
Yeah. I didn't know you played this.
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh,
I
really?
love puzzle games. You told me to try it, so I did.
It's a really fun 2 to 3 hour puzzle game, 4 or 5 hours
It's
if
like-
you're bad at puzzles. And oh shoot,
Wow. That was just my initial estimate.
That's hilarious. But it's fun. It's got
The
an
puzzles are
interesting
really
story
cool.
to it. The puzzles are really cool. It has this
It
really
plays with
interesting
perspective in a way
mechanic.
that nothing else can.
So you're in a lighthouse.
Yeah.
And you're in this room, and in the middle of the room is
don't give it away.
I mean, I'll just tell you, is a smaller version of the room.
Right.
And something about those two interact.
It gets
really
super
cool.
trippy.
So Fisherman's Tale is absolutely worth picking up. Oculus does sales all the time,
Totally.
and they do bundles all the time too, where you can
isn't
get
this
like
one only like $15 or something?
I think it's 10 or 15, and actually I'm
100%
gonna
worth
pull
it.
this up while
That's
you talk
the thing
about your
too.
next
Is
one.
I always think about like games being priced at like $40. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's expensive. It's actually dirt cheap. The thing about like new VR games, like normal AAA games are $60-$70 right now. So the fact that the high end of VR is 40 it means that everything else is super cheap. So Vader Immortal for $26 is a steal in my opinion, especially when you start comparing it to pricing of the normal price of video games these days. And then things come in at $10, $15, $5, and they're so worth it.
And right now, and we're gonna talk about one of these games a little bit more in a moment, but right now there is a Oculus starter pack. It's normally $19.99, on sale for $15.84 right now. You get Thrill of the Fight, Wander, which I'm not sure, it's a 360 experience, exploration travel. It says it's not a game. A Township Tale, which is an adventure RPG simulator, and Walkabout Mini Golf, which is a great game. We're going to talk about that one in a little bit. And that one is normally $15 in and of itself. So the fact that you get that one plus 3 games, normally this is like a 10, 20, 30. This is like a $50 bundle of games for $15. So like go buy that.
And they have weekly sales
even if you don't
daily
have
sales.
an Oculus yet, go see if you can buy it and link it to your account right now, and then like pick up the Oculus later, because that's like 80% off or something crazy like that, So
it's a great deal.
And there's always packs like that on Oculus going on, so absolutely check that out. But what do you have next?
So initially I put Beat Saber, but everybody knows about Beat Saber, so I'm gonna put job/work vacation simulator. Job simulator and vacation simulator are some of the most fully fleshed out video games I've played on.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where everything you see is interactable. If you wonder, can I do this? You can do it. And the jokes that you like kind of get in on as the mechanics learn, I wonder if I do this. Like, for example, there's a printer in your office at Job Simulator, and you put the paper into it to print on it. And then you realize you could put your coffee cup into it and print on the coffee cup. And you can put like grapes into it.
And so the cooking one where you're in Job Simulator where you're a cook, you cook food for like robots or whatever. But anyway, so I was cooking food and I was like, oh, I'm gonna burn this guy's food because he was mean to me. And you serve it burned, and you pass. Like, you serve your food, you get the next dish. But if you turn and watch him eat it, a little bubble pops up above his head, and he's all upset that his food is burned.
That's
and you
funny.
Could totally miss that. These games, I haven't played Vacation Simulator yet. I've played Job Simulator, but
Job Simulator is great. It's super fun. There's different jobs that you can do, and they're all just funny, like mini games, but they're like macro games, if that makes any sense. They're different jobs. They're full on games on their own, basically.
Right.
And then a vacation simulator, there is like 10 different locations that are all huge. Yeah, and there's like quests and missions.
Wow.
And it's really, really good. So it improves on Job Simulator in every way. I played Job Simulator, you can probably knock out like 100% in 3-4 hours. Vacation Simulator, I played for 3 or 4 hours and I felt like I had barely made a dent. So there's a lot to play in these games, and they're cute. They're so much fun to stream to your TV and let people watch. It's even though it's a single player game, it's definitely a party experience. So
Absolutely. That's how I feel about most VR stuff. Not quite everything. I would say like a Fisherman's Tale,
I don't know about
BOGO.
like Vader.
These are single player games.
Yeah.
But Vader Immortal would be fun to do where everyone plays the same level, see
Sure.
who scores the best, But
Maybe if you have a sweat guard on your
now
helmet.
I really wanted to include BOGO, so I actually did 6.
You cheater.
I know, but
Honorable mention.
my 5th one. Okay, BOGO is the honorable mention.
Okay.
My 5th one is Super Hot. Super Hot is
It's the best VR game I've ever
most
played.
fun I've ever had in VR.
100%.
It is so much fun. So Super Hot is a game that you can play like on Xbox or PC or whatever. And the thing behind the game is like time moves when you move. So like if you don't move, everything is frozen, and you can kind of like look around a little bit,
And you kind of slowly move.
and then you slowly move, and everything slowly moves, and then you kind of get the idea of things, and then you play through the level. It is so much better in VR.
Oh,
it was a very fun game on Xbox.
I played it on VR, and I was like, why would you play this anywhere else?
Yeah, it
feels perfect for VR.
It is a fun game on Xbox. And
was it developed for VR first, or did they adapt it for VR?
I think it was adapted for VR.
Which,
and VR it's separate
genius
from the actual game too. Like they're different levels.
Yeah, right.
So it's worth playing both. I would recommend playing both, but the VR one is amazing.
It's far and away better. It's also crazy how much strategy goes into that game, like thinking about the fact that, okay, I'm gonna move and now this is gonna happen and then this will happen.
100%.
And that, I mean, it's more like a puzzle game really than it is an action game, because you
and
have
then
to
I played,
like think about how you're gonna.
I played a different mode. It was
there's a different VR mode.
There's several different VR modes once you beat the game. There's headshots only.
Oh, that's right.
Which is really
fun.
fun.
Yeah, that's right.
And then there's like one life mode for the entire game, which is also really fun. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
But very fun. Headshot.
Well, it's already frustrating.
Headshots are super difficult.
Yeah.
Like, because there's one where there's 4 guys up there and they're all shooting at you, and you have a shotgun.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to headshot all 4 of them
with
your shotgun while you're dodging their bullets. Very difficult. Yeah. But super fun game. Cannot stress enough. Super Hot. You absolutely should get it and play it. It is so much fun.
Yeah, it's a day one pickup. Absolutely.
And in addition to that day one pickup, you're gonna get the starter bundle,
if you have friends that have headsets, you buy this game. It is so much
honestly
fun.
Even if you like, I played this game by myself and then I told everyone about it. It's a fun game, like just by itself. It is much more fun with people, absolutely. But you can also play in public
Did we
matches.
Say what it
like,
is yet?
I don't think so. It's walkabout mini golf. This game is so much fun.
It's so much fun. They keep updating it constantly for free. They just added 3 new maps for $3 a piece, which I didn't even hesitate.
$10 3 maps.
No problem.
So when this game launched, so I got my headset
like
a year
maps,
ago.
right?
I got my headset a year ago, and when it launched, I think it had 4 maps. No, I think it had
5.
I don't think so. I think it had even less than that. I bought it before you did, because I had my headset first and everything. But then now there's 6 that come with the game. 6 or 7.
So there's the pirate one. There's the
desert one, the Arizona one.
There's the cherry blossom one.
Then there's the gothic one.
The gothic one.
Tethys Station, the space one.
Right. And then there's it comes with 7. So it comes with old western one.
Old western one.
And
the like
the windmill like Scottish
one, something like that, which is, that map is so much fun.
Beautiful.
This is also a really fun game to like open all the windows in the house and like have the breeze.
You feel like you're outside.
And it
it's such a zen
if
game.
you have, I mean, I would not recommend taking your Oculus outside at all.
No,
because if sun hits your lens,
it'll fry
like
the screen.
Magnifying glass, basically. It'll fry the screen. So definitely don't.
Also, it's just like
playing
super unsafe unless you have people like.
But
with
if you have a controlled environment and you could, it would be fun to play outside.
Like under a gazebo or something.
Like definitely don't recommend doing that. But this game, so on every course, there's 2 different versions of each course, and on every course there's 18 balls to find,
well, 18 holes.
18 holes.
There's
and
a
then
ball at each
there's
hole.
a ball at
Yeah.
each hole. And then once you find all the hidden balls, then you unlock the hard version of the mode,
Which is at
which
night.
takes place at nighttime, which totally transforms the
Well,
maps.
it does a couple things. Playing at night is already making
Right.
it harder, and it adds all kinds of like torches and stuff usually.
Uh-huh.
And they change each hole just a little bit,
Right.
just to make it
them
a little harder.
bit harder, you know. And then that one there's a fox hunt, treasure hunt to do.
Well, they all have scavenger hunts at night.
Right, exactly.
So-
That's what I just said.
Well, you said it kind of weird.
Fox hunt. That's what they call them
What's
in
a
game.
fox hunt?
That's what they call them in game.
For the
called
fox?
hunts. And then I said, no, they're all called fox hunts.
Oh, it's
Anyways,
a weird name.
/ treasure hunt, /
Yeah.
scavenger
Yeah,
hunt,
yeah, yeah.
whatever. Anyways, and then you get a really cool reward. I won't tell you what it is, but you get a cool reward for every map that you do. But
So you're constantly getting balls and putters, and it's just such a cool. It's a cool game. It's so much fun. I lost all my progress when it updated. I was so upset, but then I was like, actually, I kind of want to do all this again.
I reset my game to do it all over again
On
one time.
purpose?
Like, yeah, because
Cool.
Charlie picked it up, and
Uh-huh.
I wanted to play with him, but I wanted to find all the balls and stuff, so I
Right.
reset my game. But now they updated it so that way you can still find the balls and you can still do the scavenger hunts, even though you've already done them with other people. So you can still. So before,
I don't
if you
think
found,
so.
yeah, I did this with Charlie.
You can
last night.
redo it.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
So with the it used to be when you pick up the ball, it just went away. But now there's like a blue shadow
Right, it
of the
shows you
ball,
where
so
it
that way you
was.
can
Right.
still find the location. And then with the scavenger hunts, you can redo them,
That's
and
cool.
it saves the progress
cool.
for which one you were at.
Nice.
That's really cool. And we just got a massive update to it yesterday, day before, something like that. They added 40,
I think it's 38. or something.
38 holes to just the
The
starting
starting
area.
area.
Just like the
Yeah,
hub
it's
world, basically.
the starting area used to be the first map, and there was like a little hut that you go to pick your levels and ball and all that stuff. But now they've changed it entirely. It's a whole new map. It's a whole new island. There's I think like 38 holes that you can practice
Yep.
through, and it doesn't keep score or anything. It's just fun to play through. They added a raft that goes through the underground river.
Oh, yeah, it's so cool.
And then there's a driving range too, which you can practice at, and that does keep score, so you can play
and
against
you
each
can
other.
You can play against each other. You do, 10 balls. Whoever scores the highest by hitting targets at the driving range and stuff.
It's
And
got to
it
be the best
says-
mini golf game I've
It
ever
said
played.
that there's secrets hidden in the hub world. And
Well,
I
it
haven't
says a
found
few
any yet.
surprises. I
Or
don't
it
know
says
what
a
that
few
means.
Surprises, I guess. So,
Yeah,
I don't know. And we know there's another map coming. I don't know if it's DLC.
there are more maps
I don't
coming.
know if
There's at
it's-
least one.
Yeah, I don't know if it's paid.
I feel
or
like
if
now that
it's,
they've
you know,
done the $3 thing,
Yeah,
they
probably.
probably will
Well,
continue to.
I
but
don't. Yeah, I'd be curious to see when
Again,
the releases were.
I will,
but
as long as they release maps, I will pay $3 for them.
absolutely.
Like this
100%.
it's one of the best games. So yeah, it's one of those games where it just feels like you're hanging with your buddies.
Yeah, and
It's one of those games that really, when you take the headset off, you're like, oh yeah, I'm in my
Right,
room.
yeah.
you
And
know,
if you have an Oculus,
a Quest,
so,
a Meta Quest.
sorry, if you have a Meta Quest 2, or this game is also on Steam VR, so you can get it there as well.
Oh, cool.
But if you have the game at all and you want to play with us, let us know.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we'll do
we'll
some
play
kind
with
of
you.
subscriber
Heck yeah.
special where we'll play with everyone.
Heck yeah, that'd be so fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Absolutely have to check it out. Overall, I'm so excited for VR. I am so excited for
too,
the
man.
future
Me
future
too.
of VR. We haven't even scratched the surface on what's yet to come.
Dude, we're in
if
like
you-
we're in like the stage play version. Like
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
compare
Like-
this to movies, we're doing plays in mom's basement right now. Like compared
Yeah.
to like the big Marvel cinematic blockbuster
Oh my
24
gosh,
movie
like,
long
there
saga.
is- so
we're at
don't-
the very beginning.
Don't feel like
Citizen
you were
Kane
late
hasn't
to
even
the
happened
game.
yet.
Don't like
No,
you were
no.
absolutely not like.
But that
even
being
if you're
said, there's plenty
picking
of
up a Quest
content
2,
for you if
right.
you are ready. I mean, what
Yep.
are these $300?
Yeah, 300 for the 64 gig version. And also right now,
That's the price of a
humblebundle.com.
Switch.
There's a VR special. This is going on for 8 more days, so like Saturday or Sunday it ends. It is $18, and if you don't know what Humble Bundle is, they They do like bundles of games, and you can pay as much as you want or as little
all the
as
money
you
goes
want,
to charity.
and all the money goes to charity. So right now, if you pay at least $18, you get Vacation Simulator, you get Pistol Whip, which I'm very excited to play.
Both of us should
I'm
put on the list.
100% picking that up. You get Ragnarok,
which I've heard is amazing.
Yep. After the Fall Frontrunners
Which I've heard
Edition.
nothing about.
Me either. Power Beats VR. This looks like some kind of like exercise VR game. Traffic Jams. So,
that looks cute.
Yeah, some kind of VR game. Down the rabbit hole. Seems like maybe like Alice in Wonderland type game. Propagation co-op. I'm so excited for this game. So Propagation is a free-to-play single-player game on VR right now. It's a zombie game.
Oh,
it is
cool.
really, really fun.
You played it?
Yeah, I played it. So,
nice.
You start out in a training area, and then you go and you're in a subway, and you're standing in this area, and you can play it in a fairly small space.
Yeah.
And zombies are coming from all directions. But I was shooting zombies, and I was backing up, and and bam, hit my wall. Because I was scared. But I put my pistol away, and I pulled out my shotgun, and I was shooting them. And then you actually have to reload your shotgun one bullet at a time. And I was reloading, and a zombie attacked me from behind. So I turned around, and it's right in my face. I put my shotgun on my back, pulled out my pistol, and boom, 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 like right.
So cool.
And oh my gosh, it
cool.
feels so good.
Dude,
I can't
VR
believe it's
is so perfect for zombie games.
And the fact that this is so the paid version is a co-op game, so we for sure have to play this together.
Totally.
But it's included in this pack. And then you also get Vanishing Realms. I don't know much about that. But
again,
Vacation Simulator for $18 alone is a great deal.
100%.
So lots of good VR.
And it goes to charity.
Right
so if
now.
you feel like paying more, honestly, if you wanted to pay retail.
Yeah, earlier they did a Ukraine bundle, and all the money went to.
And they tell you what charity is, and the link gets all that stuff.
So
too,
it's a super cool website, and it's worth checking regularly.
Oh yeah, I've got
this will be my fourth or fifth
follow
bundle
them
that I pick up.
Instagram. Too.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, love VR. It's worth it if you're on the fence about it. Absolutely, pull the trigger on it. So
we've been playing Walkabout. We've been playing Beat Saber and all that stuff. What else you been playing, Luke?
I'm just still making more content for the YouTube channel.
More Black Ops.
More Black Ops Zombies. I played a map I'm very excited about. It's a stairway map like my very first map that I played, but this one's a Minecraft stairway, and every section is like a different biome. It's actually really fun. It looks great. Something happened that I'm very salty about. So go watch it. The video will be up in, I don't know, a week or two.
Cool.
But yeah, so I've playing that.
It's Plays at Night. It's on YouTube, Reddit, everywhere. Follow me.
You missed Letterboxd, Twitter, and Instagram.
You don't normally say that.
Yeah, I do.
No, I watched the podcast like today. You don't normally say that.
Okay, let me clarify. Here, I'll get you a real clean soundbite. You can go back and re-edit it. Plays at Night. I'm everywhere. YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Oculus, Xbox.
All right, relax.
Plays at Night.
That's not your gamer tag.
That is.
You changed it?
It's actually, my gamer tag is now Play at Night because Xbox only supports 13 characters and Plays at Night is 14 characters. And then
should have done plays and then at signs.
Yeah, that's what Liz said too.
Yeah.
I went back and tried to change it. They don't allow at signs in their gamer tags. So Play at Night on Xbox. Sorry, I know that's a branding issue. But anyways. Plays at Night on Instagram, Reddit, Twitter, Letterboxd, YouTube.
Yeah, you said all that.
Oculus. Sorry, Meta.
So I sat down to play what we're gonna get into in a second. So hold on.
Yep.
But I sat down to play Beasts of Maravilla or Maravilla.
eShop. I shop. You shop.
And then I just played Mario 64 all night.
So you didn't play it?
I did play it, but we're not there yet. I'm just saying, I always get to. That's the thing about the Switch is the library is so big and there's so many cool games that are coming out all the time. But also it's got the 64 games on it. So what else am I gonna play? I'm just gonna be playing Ocarina, Majora, and Mario 64.
Maybe the next one we do, we should pick a 64 game on the Switch for each other to play. That would be fun.
Well, I mean, we've played them all already. Maybe
I don't think so.
Yeah, pick one we haven't played.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Go through the retro library. But yeah, I played Mario 64 last night for a couple hours, which was really fun. What else did I play this week? I played Beasts of Maravilla, which we'll get into. I think that's it. I was kind of busy this week, so.
All right. Well,
so Bisa Maravilla is
What
the game that
think it's
Luke picked for
Italian.
me. It's Spanish actually.
So not Italian.
It's the same. Right? No, it's not. I'm just kidding. It's a little joke.
So moving on, what did you think about it?
Yeah.
How far into it did you get?
I don't know if I even played it for an hour. So the let me qualify that. The frame rate sucks, and it gets really bad as soon as you get into any interesting location. You get dropped off on a beach, they give you a camera, they give you a journal, and they say go document all the plants and animals. So it's a very Pokemon Snap game. Especially when you get to the special animals, it says find them doing this, and get different pictures of it. And I love the concept, and I like the art design. The art design's okay. Sometimes it's a little janky, sometimes it's really cool. Overall, it's a very pretty aesthetic. But the frame rate kills it for me because anytime, like I said, imagine playing Breath of the Wild but being in the Korok Forest the whole time. Like, it is so laggy and it's so skippy and it's just hard to play. Also, the controls are not very good. The camera controls really weird. Like, it's kind of delayed, so you'll hold it left for a while and then it'll go left. And so I don't know if it's designed that way. I can't imagine it is, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a bad Switch port or something. But I had 2 out of 5.
Well, okay. In my defense, something has gone wrong for both games I've picked for you. Last week we picked the same game, and you had played it already, so I had to pick a backup game. So as long as nothing goes wrong with the next game we pick, I'll get you a good one eventually.
Right.
But I played A Short Hike. I completely forgot about it again until today, so I didn't play a lot of it.
He sped run it.
I played like probably for an hour and a half, something like that. And it's fun. I like it.
It's really fun. Yeah, it's relaxing.
It's like if Animal Crossing and Breath of the Wild had a love child with the camera from Mario 3D World, and a pixel game.
Right.
I don't know. Like it's like so. The flying mechanic is cool. Yeah. I mean, it's a fun game to kind of just
it's cute.
Relax and play.
I love the dialogue too.
Yeah, the dialogue is pretty funny. But I mean, I would definitely recommend it. It's a very.
Are you gonna finish it?
Probably.
It's only a couple more hours.
I mean, I'll finish it eventually for sure. I don't know how quickly I will.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean,
I loved it.
It's good. I think it's definitely worth picking up. So
for sure. Well, let's see. What do we got next? So we got new game releases. So this game, I don't know how I missed this. This came out on the 18th, and I totally spaced. It's called Lego Builder's Journey. And this is the coolest little like diorama game. So it's got you have like a little, I don't know, probably 24 by 24 stud sort of setup for it. And there's different ways that you can interact, and it's almost like a little puzzle game, but it's all made out of Legos, but it has ray tracing, and it's like the highest fidelity.
Interesting. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'll throw some pictures up while we talk about it. But it is super cool, and the effects are really neat, and the lighting is cool.
Is this a puzzle game? I mean, what is it?
It's a Lego game.
You play with Legos. You build?
Yeah, well, so there's a creative mode, which I imagine is for building. And there's other levels where I think you just kind of have to figure out what to do. But I watched this one where it's like a river, and it gives you some pieces, and then you put them in a certain order, then it gives you more pieces. You kind of find that you build a ship as you go. So I don't know like totally what this is, but I'm going home and downloading it. Like it looks really cool.
Wow.
Love Legos. I love it when they get creative with this stuff. And this is a precursor to a game coming out very soon. That is a what's the Toad's game called? A Toad Adventure Treasure Tracker. Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. Yeah. So that's a cool diorama game again, where you kind of can spin it around and look from all the different angles, and it's a tiny little square that Toad does levels on. That game is super fun, and they're making a Lego version
Oh, interesting.
where
Okay.
you can do like you can like build things and stuff, but you also they're all like puzzles, and it looks like this, but way more advanced and way more involved. And it'll probably be like a full price game because of how much more it is. But that's coming out soon. I thought that's what this was. It's not, and I think it's from a different developer, so maybe
Okay.
that's why they're doing both of them. But that looks really cool too. So we'll give you updates as soon as that comes out. But I don't know how I missed that in the last couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, next we've got Nintendo Switch Sports.
We're gonna play this, right?
No,
What?
I'll play it in the fall when golf comes out.
You really? I thought it'd be fun to do a stream on
Yeah,
Thursday
I don't
night
know.
or something.
Yes, I will play it. I mean, I'm not gonna pick it up for a little
It's
bit.
got bowling
but
still.
Yeah, it's got it
And
does
the
look
leg
fun.
strap for soccer.
Yep, it does look fun. That's a bad idea.
So-
that, people are gonna be kicking coffee tables. They're gonna be kicking shoes through
Well,
TVs.
it's only for the
They're gonna,
training mode.
like,
So it's you stand in one
for
area
now,
and you
it
just
will
kick.
come to soccer. They said
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's
So,
scary.
this is okay. But
So what's cool?
when does it come out?
Pre-order this at Walmart because it comes with a water bottle.
Oh, that's cool.
For free. So that is super cool. It's $40 for the digital version, $60 for the physical, and it comes with a leg strap. And if you pre-order at Walmart, you get a water bottle. I haven't seen any other pre-order updates, so maybe check into that too. But they're still available at Walmart as far as I know. But it comes out Thursday night, Friday.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Very
really
nice.
excited for this. It's got Shambara that you can use with the Joy-Cons. It's like a
Right.
sword game that looks really fun.
Volleyball.
And they straight up said
Liz is really excited.
they
for
straight up said
volleyball.
button mashing will not help you. Like you
Oh,
have
wow.
to like learn
Very
how
nice.
to block, and so that's cool. The volleyball will be super fun. Soccer is cool, and bowling is, let's be real, that's where it's at. And they added new like challenge modes to it, to where you roll the bowling ball, but like part of the lane will disappear, and there will be only like a small path going up to the
Interesting.
pins. So it looks like a true actual successor to Wii Sports in like every way. I'm super excited to do this. So we should do something with it either this week or next week, maybe
Absolutely.
for Patreon or something.
But I think that's it.
Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. If you're on Spotify or Apple or any of those, please leave us a review. That really helps us get noticed. And
Drop a comment. Drop a question. We'll talk about it next week. Yeah.
man, you really killed my flow there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Bye.